Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I am revisiting an older tattoo that I am reluctant to work on. So I hope you guys can give me a little bit of I don't know, positive. Give me some good vibes my way. I'm gonna need them. Um, yeah. So I'm a little bit tired today, so I apologize if I am not quite on the ball. I am definitely trying to, hey, thanks, I need the good vibes. Definitely trying to make sense even on that level is, that's a little difficult, I guess. Hmm. But good news. I actually got a lot of stuff done today, which is wild because I don't have a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to move the camera more towards this direction because I'm going to be working on this knee over here. So, well, a little bit above the knee actually. So I want to make sure that it I stay in focus a little bit. Let me move that out of the way so I'm not screaming in your guys' ears. All right. So, yeah, you can go ahead and see roses aren't black. So, I have this duo boxer on one side, fighting skeleton on the other side. They're kind of facing off against each other as a whole, like uh, supernatural, metaphorical, spiritual kind of thing going on there. A little bit of battle, I guess. It's not bad when death wins, as long as you're not actively bringing it on yourself, kind of thing. So yeah, so I worked on the skeleton a little bit last week. I feel confident. It's still not 100% healed, but it's healed enough to where I can start working around on the rose, which I've been putting off more than anything because it kind of scares the crap out of me to to work on it. Um, because roses are I I don't know, like they're kind of a thing, like good tattoo artists do roses, not not randos with mail order needle cartridges, right? So, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. I've got a myriad of inks. I don't think I used that word right. I've got a plethora of inks set out, pre-mixed, not pre-mixed. I mix them. They didn't come pre-mixed, but I already have them mixed. I got a couple of washes, a black wash, which I'll probably be using first, just to get in a little bit of that darkness on the rose petals, because even though black roses are not black, they still are really dark. They're kind of a darkish purple, white, not white, bluish highlights. If you've ever seen one in person, they're just really, really like a really dark purple. But the symbolism still stands, and I don't want to do a black rose because then you've got a black and a white. It's black and white. You're just working black and gray with some different colored flowers in the background, which are forget me nots in this particular case. So I'm hoping that I will get to the forget me nots as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens this time. I am going to be using a couple of different shaders, the 9 and the 7. Um, I just noticed tonight that I am running low on needles, so I will be ordering a shipment, uh, much to the chagrin of my wife. Poor thing. Brum, brum, brum. So yeah, we'll go ahead and see if I have this thing in. Actually, I'm gonna have to trying to figure out how I can adjust. You know what? That's actually perfect right there. So let's go ahead and get a look at what we're working on. Almost perfect. There it is. So it a little bit blown out in the light. I need that light. Unfortunately, I'm just a pale dude. So pale people unite. Together we will reflect the sun and reverse global warming. Um, so yeah, I've got some definite shapes in here. I went over this it's been a long time back, so I'll go ahead and tell you guys, like remind you guys for those who are actually watching, way back when. I did the entire outline in a kind of a medium gray, which may or may not be a mistake, but I didn't want to do everything in a solid black. I figured that was just too much contrast. Not enough reward on that to make a whole lot of sense. So I'm definitely going to be working on the rose tonight. Hopefully, I get over to these guys. The inks that I mixed for this are not perfect, but hopefully they give me a little bit of uh, satisfaction there. I'm going to go ahead and start with the the 9 round shader, and I've got kind of a strong wash mixed with the black. So yeah, we'll go ahead and see if we got this needle grouping all worked out here. Oh yeah, that's a good sign. It's actually coming out uh, about as much as it's supposed to. And now you want to focus on the okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna turn down the power on my power supply. We'll get a nice smooth but low and slow power going on here. Let me go ahead and make sure my wash is kind of mixed. It's still going to be really dark, so uh, yeah, we'll see how this works out. I'm going to do it the correct way. Turn off my machine, and I expect that there's going to be some spray. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. I can wipe, I can, dab, I can wash thoroughly if I want. Not working with the stencil now, so I don't have to worry about losing it. But I do want to. I know that this is going to spray, and I want to be able to clean it up fairly quickly. So let's see how we got this laid in here. I think there's actually some side of this pedal here going pretty far up. So this is my first time doing a color on a flower, so you know, should be a lot of fun. You know. Now I am using the black first, just to gently lay in some of the shadow. Not too big of a deal with that, honestly. Shouldn't shouldn't do much. Like this needle is pretty it's pretty gentle what I'm doing right now, so I just want to ensure. And there are some parts that are almost black, so I do have this purple that's mixed, but it's not it's not something that I feel 100% confident in saying that it would cover so much as to be black, right? So flowers do get really dark, so I just want to kind of lay in some of the shadow before I start going with a wash of purple, because I don't know how bright that's going to be, how vibrant it's going to be. So do go ahead and I believe right about here's where we want to go. Like I said, this is a wash that I'm working with, so I don't expect like super dark black to just be the thing that happens in these areas. Um, as I lay down that purple, it'll kind of go over this, and maybe even not. definitely not overshadow it, but some here, 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 here. Kind of weird because like I'm still having trouble with this, but I'm getting a lot better with it as far as like lines falling out. So some of these lines they did fall out as I was doing this rose. So I'm kind of going a little bit more on that idea of almost an organic, like drawing it by hand kind of thing here, which is a little bit crazy because that always turns out bad for me. But so one of the reasons I'm tired today is I worked on the old Volkswagen bus. Um, got quite a bit of stuff done with it. Kind of happy about that. Becoming quite a project. Whenever I first got the thing, it was pretty much like definitely wasn't it was not roadworthy, but I drove it home regardless of whether or not it was roadworthy or not. And yeah, I thought I would do like a couple of simple modifications just to know, I don't know, keep it on the road maybe. I don't know what I was thinking. Um, but what ended up happening was ended up tearing the entire engine down, and then I had a good fun time putting the entire engine back together. So that's done. And recently I took out the gas tank and descaled it and got rid of some rust, which was cool. And I just replaced the little piece that goes to the from the gas tank to the gauge because that wasn't working. Yeah. So man, uh, I had to rebuild the carburetor because the gas tank was rusty, and so there was all this rust in the inside the inside the carburetor, all jammed up in there. And the guy that owned it before me, I think he knew like what a big job it would be to just go in and replace the or to you know take all the rust out of the tank, and so he did not do that. Can't blame him. Um, you know, it's not an easy job, that's for sure. Uh, and then just a couple of days ago, I was kind of like looking underneath just to see how things were. I guess underneath the where the transmission is because I still have the motor or the engine out. Engines are gas, motors are electric. I keep having to tell myself that. Come on, self, remember something. But yeah. So I replaced one of the axles today. I haven't gotten to the other one yet. I will, hopefully tomorrow. So then I can put the gas tank back in. Axles will be done. The engine's rebuilt. I need to replace the clutch, and then I can put the engine back in. And then I've got some adjustments that need to be done. Probably like a full replacement on the shift lever, and yeah, that'll be it. That's all. Then I can start on the body work. Having never welded before in my life, it should be rather fun. He says, that's all. Like it's not, you know, like it's absolutely no big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Um, but yeah, I'm learning a lot. I used to have a Volkswagen Beetle back in the back in the day, like when my son was first born. So yeah, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Actually, the guy who owned it before me, like he he did some body work on it, and he was like, he's like, hey, I'm not gonna need this welder anymore. It's brand new. Like he used a different welder, and I guess it was subpar, so he went and bought another welder, and he's like, I'm not gonna need this welder, so if you need it, like you're definitely, here's some body panels, and it was like he bought their own body panels. It's cool though. I understand. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Like, so I got a welder out of the deal, and I'm like, oh, okay. Never done that before, but never tattooed before either. So maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. I just I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's welding seems like it would be pretty hard. This is art. I don't know. Maybe welding will be art too. I'm not sure, but uh, something tells me that this is a lot more art than welding is. So, although I could be wrong. I might pick up the welder and be like, "Hey, this is fun." Well, I appreciate it. This is definitely. Oh, I got my first like random tattoo compliment today. I felt big. Like I'm not a big dude, I'm, average height, putting on, most of my shoulder weight in my belly. But yeah, yeah, it was really cool. Like this I was getting ready to go outside. We have a random piece of furniture that my wife bought from a lady whose husband is in the Air Force Reserves, I guess. And she was surprised, I guess. I say she was surprised. She claimed he was surprised as well, but apparently they got their PCS orders um, 5 days out from having to report. I don't know. That sounds wild to me. That sounds like almost, well, almost unbelievable, But anyway, I'm not gonna. I can't. I can't judge. I mean, I can. Anyway, she had some stuff on Facebook Marketplace that my wife was, kind of interested in. So we went to go look at it, and this lady's like, "Oh man, like my we sold my bed, and the person who bought it, like, you know scammed us. I guess it was like some kind of electronic payment, and it showed that they had paid, but then, like, before they after they took possession, they, like, I guess claimed that they didn't get it or something. something like that. So they ended up taking the money back, and then now she's out of money, and they had like young kids running around and all this stuff. And the thing that my wife was interested in is like a buffet kind of sideboard kind of table type thing, and it was 7 inches larger than any space where it would be useful in the house. But this lady got scammed out of. Yeah. So it's crazy to have one like canceled, right? But to me, it's crazier to get PCS orders 5 days before you're supposed to report. Come on, like you tell me, you're telling me he didn't know. He knew. He knew. She might not have known, or that maybe they were like, it'll get canceled. I don't know, but regardless, anyway, poor thing. Getting scammed out of money, losing a bed out of the deal. I mean, it was just a bad time all around for her. And my wife, she has a heart of gold, and so here's this thing. It's 7 inches larger. It's like it's a big piece of furniture, and and she's like, "Well, will you take $100 for it?" And I'm like, "Where are we gonna put it?" But I also have the same mindset too. Like I don't know. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker whenever I see people like freaking out. Like I just I want to help, in some way. So anyway, we had this piece of furniture in the yard. That's what I'm getting at. We had this piece of furniture in the yard, and it looked like it was going to rain today. So, uh, my son and I asked him if he'd help me move it in the garage, and of course, like a good son, he's like, "Yeah, I'll help you move it." And it's pretty heavy, but whatever. So I go to the back door, walk out and go open up the garage, and I look out and I see this strange dog. Never saw this dog before in my life. There it is, strange dog in my yard. So I'm like, well, I don't know. It looks kind of wild to me, but okay. As long as it doesn't try to attack me. So I open up the door and it like ran away. And I'm like, oh, okay. Nice dog. You know, scared of people. I won't get too close. I don't want to freak it out and get bit. And so, yeah. So I go ahead and open up the garage door, walk to the other side of the house. And there's this lady walking down the street shouting, she's got a leash in her hand. She's shouting some name. And I'm like, oh, here we go, found it. So I like ran halfway to meet her, and I was like, "Do you have a black dog?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." And there's this guy who's probably like, I don't know, he's probably like in his, yeah. We might have gotten scammed. The thing is, though, I mean, she was asking 200 for it. My wife offered her 100. So did we get scammed? Anyway, yeah, heart of gold, $100. Anyway, um, so yeah, lady gets her dog, and then there's this guy who's probably like barely 21 years old or something. He comes running up behind her. And I was like, yeah, she's getting your dog. And he's like, oh, it's not my dog. She's my neighbor. I saw the dog leave, like, on all my video cameras or whatever. And so I thought that was kind of weird. So whenever I saw her running out to go, I knew what happened. And so I wanted to help her out. And I'm like, okay, that's noble. That's cool. And so she gets the dog. They're leaving. And he goes, oh, hey, man, by the way, like, great tattoo. And I was like, thanks. Now, here's the kicker. I don't know which one. So I'm assuming it's the Robin Hood one because, come on, like everyone loves Robin Hood. You know? Everyone loves Robin Hood because Robin Hood does the thing. He does that cool thing where he takes money from the people who rob the poor, you know, and he gives it back to the poor. That's pretty sweet. What a cool lesson of communism. Forced communism. Hey, Robin Hood. Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't even say anything. I was just like, thanks, man. Like cool. So, so this skin's welting up pretty bad. Um, I'm gonna let it rest for just a minute, which normally I wouldn't do, but part of that part of that time I'll sit here and put some rinse out the tube here, and then we'll see about adding some of this purple in, and then some blue, dark blue, kind of purpley highlight kind of places too. Oh heck yeah, I think that's actually clean. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I'll be honest with you. So the one thing that I'm worried about is roses. They're kind of this weird shape. Like they're a series of shapes. Like they're very anomalous. I mean, I'll take the compliment. Thank you. But they're kind of an anomalous in the fact that their petals can do pretty much anything. And then you run into the problem where there's still very defined areas where the petals are. So I don't right now the shading is very soft, I think, and that's okay. Some of the areas that I'm going to be laying in, I think, will help define a little bit better, and then maybe the highlights will probably be the place where it really gets in there. So yeah, I can't believe how much this is welted up. Don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I'm just gonna have to be really careful on the aftercare. So stick figures, bro. You say that, but like think about it. The hardest things in the world to draw are straight lines and circles. What's a stick figure? It's a straight line. It's a couple straight lines. It's a bunch of straight lines, depending on how articulate your stick figure is, and a circle. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Oh, 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 wait, hold up, wait a minute. Since I've mixed these before, there's a there's like a little bit of a there's a little bit of an issue with the like them kind of healing, I guess. All right, so this is a little bit of a purple wash. Again, very light wash. Not trying to do too much here. Through the black areas, around the black areas a little bit. Add in a little bit more of the detail. Nothing too much. Not, definitely not trying to fill this thing in just yet. Keep things nice and soft. Let's see how we're doing there. Oh, that might be a little too light. Let's get painful then. All right, here we go. thing. I don't know, man. I think I might just go. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, it's starting to show up. Okay, all right. I know where my mindset was. All right, let's work with it. Let's do it. You still farming Diablo stuff, Turkey? Yeah, went back to playing some Dead Cells. So I don't think it's a game like you can particularly get good at. You know, like definitely there's a whole lot of luck. Uh, so is it pretty much not worthwhile if you don't start on the first day? You just suck at the game then? Probably. I don't know. I used to be a really, really big gamer. Um, too much anymore. I don't know why. Like I've unlocked a lot of stuff on the game. Um, definitely put in the work, but oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, makes sense. Rich. Mm, kind of defining out this rose a little bit more and more. Now I know purple's not showing up nearly as much as the black. It's okay. Um, really, what I'm trying to do here is just make sure that the black actually turns to purple, and then I have some purple that I'll be using, a little bit more. That's a little bit darker, I guess. Way too excited with this purple though. I know. I keep trying to move. I really do. Um, they like so I can stay in the light. Also, thanks for letting me know though. Really appreciate it. Is it? Oh, damn it! There we go. Slime that a little bit more. So if the whole area is swollen, there's no welts. Who knew? All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna start mixing in some of the actual true purple here. Just working on this rose. Scared to death. Yeah, yeah, I did. Um, so what I'm gonna end up doing, what I did was I started with a black, uh, like a black wash, and I softly added that in. Um, the area that's going around the rose is actually just kind of welted up. It's not really all that dark. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually I took like a purple wash and went over some of the lighter parts of where the black wash was, just to kind of get in that purple. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go over where the blue highlights will be. And then whatever's left over, I'll go back in with the dark purple and fill. But right now, I'm just kind of trying to define where the petals are. So, um, and that way I'll know a little bit better, like where I should put highlights and where I shouldn't. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it don't. Maybe this will turn out wrong. Maybe it'll turn out right. You know, just have to. I just kind of have to kind of feel out the idea of a flower, I suppose. And I'm using a pretty low voltage too, so the quicker I move, yeah, the needle's doing whatever, but the quicker I move, like I guess the uh, the less harsh it is. I don't know. Doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me, but uh, I mean, how the tattoo. That's how the tattoo goes. And then as I get this purple in there, what I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to see me making these tiny little strokes. So trying to give a little leeway without too much commitment, if that makes sense. um, to be able to put in those highlights. So it'll kind of won't fade because purple and blue don't really fade that well, but it's not like this. They'll let me know. I'm kind of creeping around here, so let me know if I end up like off the radar as far as the camera goes. Because I do look up. Whenever I look up, I kind of scooch a little bit, trying to pay attention to you guys. To the detriment of the camera angle, I suppose. Yeah, I could, I guess. I feel like I could just keep scooching around like all over the place. Scooch, scooch, scooch. This seems to be an okay angle for now. Hey, there's a cat. Hello, cat. Welcome to the business, bro. I like it when things are good. Definitely not the best rose in the world, but we're getting there. We're getting there. At least I won't have it hanging over my head, knee, whatever anymore. Like, oh yeah, I need to do that rose. Nope, it'll be there. Might not be everything that I hoped for, but it will be there. Slow night, guys. Slow night. This is not. I'm not gonna complain about it either. Like I've had such a busy day. Clean that up a little bit. So I'm actually going to. I'm going to do a little bit of a rinse of the needle here. I'm going to speed up the machine a little bit. Sorry, guys. I shouldn't have to listen to that. Burps on camera. Come on. Don't have a bodily function, y'all. Don't. Human. Better than that. All right. Turn this on. Let's turn it up. Let's get to not full blast, but I definitely want to lay down some of that darker wash. Crap. There we go. In some of these areas where I definitely put down a good amount of that purple. So this is a wash. Again, just so you guys are tracking. But hopefully it's a wash where I can kind of clean things up a little bit, not be too hard on the skin. So if I wanted to put a pain level to this, I would say this falls pretty heavy. You guys know my sniffling is just sniffling because I'm bent over this thing, but um, it could very easily be sniffling from pain. I could be crying, not, but it could be. Oh yeah, totally. Sorry. No, I might be able to adjust the gain on it as well. So I don't know if that's any better or not. Better? See if I mean I am talking to my knee for the most of this, but see how that turned out. Yeah, there we go. Starting to get a little bit of a fade on those. Bit too loud, man. How about now? No, 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 now. Nope. There. Sorry. I'll, I'll get it right one of these days. So what happened was since we were playing online, since we were playing online yesterday, Um, I put in my headphones, and every time I do that, it resets all kinds of audio. Is there a cat on my chair? Dadgummit, cat! Are you trying to give me? Are you trying to, you know, trying to make me sick? You trying to give me infections? You would, dirty monster. Anyway, yeah. So because I put on those headphones yesterday, sure enough, that had to like reset everything. This is a really good microphone. Like, I mean, it's pretty fantastic. I'm very very happy with it. I know who he is. I know what he's about. Once I figured him out, he's leaving. Yep, he's got lands to conquer. Mm-hmm. Slow guy. Such a joy. Hey, man. Hey, get down. The funny thing is that my super nice, awesome, beautiful cat that's a little bit older, like she started doing things that he does. So like I'll be like, you know, reading something and then all of a sudden, I'll be bent over like this, and she'll jump on my back and I'm like, "What the? You're supposed to be the nice one. I don't understand." You're gonna get trapped back there, turd. All right, so I'm gonna add in some of the highlight on this. I'm going to go with a smaller needle, but I am going to go ahead and wash this one out so that does not the ink does not solidify. Because the last thing I want to be doing is trying to shove. I don't know what's going on my phone right now, but I'm getting crazy messages. Bro, bro, get down. Oh, he knows I'm busy. He knows I'm busy, so he's going to do everything that he can. Get down. Oh my, oh my. You want me to beat you? I will beat you. Oh my gosh, he shook the house, that monster. You fat monster. Okay. So this was a, I know, I know. Like I said, it's crazy messages. So this was a 9. We're going to go down just a tiny bit to a 7. Still a round shader, so still won't be like super uh, super defined, but I can go in later with a even lighter blue and just kind of touch up some of the edges with a liner if I want. All right, all right, all right. So Out of the camera again. Uh, I could tell. I could tell. I didn't even need to. I didn't even need. I didn't even need any help that time. I knew. I knew for a fact I was like, "Dead gum. Dead gummit." What's cool is I don't even know what a rose looks like. So make it up as we go. Right? Make it up as we go. Optional. It is. People be like, "Whoa, that's a cool galaxy on your leg." I'll be like, "Damn straight." Straight, it's a cool galaxy. Coolest damn galaxy you've ever seen. I don't think I'd be like, well, actually, it's a rose. I'm not a well, actually kind of person. Man, whew. So there needs to be more definition right in here. It's gonna come along this. In this direction. What's that? Oh, okay. Here goes my dog. About to bark. Nope. Yep. Never mind. Yep. Dog's barking. It's it's almost rose shaped somehow, some way. Let's keep going. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We just keep going. What I'm probably gonna do, and it's gonna hurt a lot. That's okay. Is I'm probably gonna add some white on this. Uh, just like tiny bit with a liner, nothing too bad. Really set off some of the highlights there. Especially like down in these areas. Sorry, I am talking softly. I realize that. Many apologies. I just want to make sure that as I'm laying this in, it makes some sort of sense organically. Totally put some of the green soap on there. But this thing's already going to be in a lot of pain. I already know it. I'm going to grab more of the purple and go in and start filling in some of the lines around. Now that I have a deep shadow, I have some highlights laid in. Like, honestly, I don't know why this isn't lean in even harder, but it's okay. Figure that out later. Little rinse, because we'll come back to using this guy pretty soon. Okay, so what's really rad about this is that where I'm going to be putting the darker purple wash is really not areas that I've gone over a whole lot. So that's big old bonus. All right, let's go ahead and use wash. Come on. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Say 6.5. And go ahead and add just a little bit of this just to help ease the pain. It doesn't really ease the pain, it just makes things easier to clean up. There we go. All right. Whew. Oh, man. Remind me never to even attempt roses again. Oh, my gosh. Oh, the cat's fighting. One cat is fighting, one cat is running. So I will say that this would have turned out a whole lot better if I had done a little bit more research on it and got to it while the lines were still crisp, easy for me to read, as opposed to waiting till now. Change there. Very good. Gosh, he is in rare form tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not, but it's just begging for me to go chase him around and beat him. I don't actually beat my cats, but if I did, I would beat him. He's my favorite. He's my angel. I would disinfect the floor, y'all. Your cat is a beautiful angel. She's just hungry, man. She's hungry. Hungry angel. My favorite is that look she gets when she stares off into the void, staring at the things that you don't see, praying that they eat you in your sleep, that she will be the queen. Shut up. Oh, gosh. Maybe I should have sped that up a little bit. Damn. She's a beautiful angel. Yes, she is. Yeah, I'm gonna do. That's right. I'm scrounging. But it must be done. Practice flowers more. Not me. I don't know. I still don't think it. From a distance, I think somebody would be like, "Hey, cool brews." No, cool flower, man. What's up, cat? Cat. Cat. Nice cat. Sure, a little bit of water in there. And let's clear this out. About to have hella bad fun. It's gonna suck. Keep saying that like everything that I do on this. Not like it's gonna suck, like it's not gonna turn out. I don't know. I mean, it does or it doesn't at this point. It doesn't matter because it's already begun. I'll know when I'm adjusting needles. Things about to get weird. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. Speed stuff. Well, way down some of that lovely protective stuff. Whenever you say she's a fiend for food or kind of hard for me to imagine her being any hungrier than what she was before. You don't get how hungry she is? I do. I've fed the thing before. I know. Most of the time, the only reason that she ever bothers you is like if she hears somebody talking on the computer, right? I think it's both of us. We're both really good about that. It's a pretty small bowl. I mean, I think it's both of us though. There was there was a time where it was like, who's gonna feed her? I don't know. I'll get over there in a little while. Oh, don't worry, bro. I already got it. Oh, I just came from there. Petals on the top are so huge compared to the petals not on top. I know what it is. I mean, honestly, it's not inaccurate. It's just not right. He does not like it. Needs more tattoo. When you think had enough tattoo, just add more tattoo to it, and you will have it. like a rule. Does this make sense? No. Add more tattoo. Start adding the white highlights, and it's like that's when the pain begins. Let's do this whole line. Went all the way across here. Not really showing up. Maybe I should add more ink. That might help. Doing a lot of rinse on this one. Whole lot of rinse. But I mean, it's starting to look like a rose a little bit. Oh dear Lord, why does it hurt so much? Thank you. Really kind of like put off by how much larger it is on the top. That's kind of bothering me because that's not normally how roses are portrayed. So for getting the right lines in there really kind of set me off a little bit. And I would have loved to have left, my own skin tone as the white, but kind of the danger that you go whenever you start playing around like in tight spaces with liners, like just don't really work too well for that kind of thing. I like playing the amazing disappearing streamer where I just kind of like right on off the camera there. Definitely going to need some touch ups, but we are we are starting to make a little progress here. I like that. Good. Maybe that's the distance that people will see the most. Clean up a little bit more on that. Hmm. Let me clean this out real quick and try something else. Pretty sure the original design, this was supposed to be the biggest pedal. This is two. Yeah. All right. Cool. Get wild. Get wild. Okay. Gents, ladies and gents, I think it's as rosy as she gets for now. I am pseudo okay with that. It's kind of like whenever you work on something and you know, like, oh, if I work on this anymore, I'm just going to make it worse. Uh, there's still stuff that's like bothering the hell out of me. Just a quick heads up, like never let me do a large, colorful rose on you guys. Okay. I know, I know, but this is a rose is tough, lady, and I need a lot more practice drawing roses. Needs more practice. Better take it. I will take it, man. Really wanted to get to those forget me nots. Well, let me let me do this. I'm not going to do the forget me nots tonight, but there are roses do have leaves. Or a couple leaves on here, so silly. I'm going to use this wash. I'm going to turn this well down. I mean, we're talking like lower than the machine is rated to go. And then so this is going to be kind of a bright green, but let's not worry too much about that. Be fine in a couple of weeks. Right now, I'm just laying down. I'm just laying down some green to have it there. Just a tiny bit. Ooh, green is tough to get rid of. Green and yellow are like impossible to wipe off. What's wrong with this thing? It is not on the cover. That's okay. I got some for you. Better. Must mix that green with too much white, so it's not going to show up. That's okay. We will work on that another day. For now, we're just going to say that that almost looks like a rose. That almost looks like a coneflower. No, I think that rose is okay. I really do. Especially like once it heals up a little bit. Put this on there for the irritation. Hopefully that helps out a wee bit. So it makes it shiny and new. I appreciate it, man. I know I'm kind of a harsh critic on myself. But I also know that if I was paying for a tattoo, I would want it to look good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this area up here into, this is going to be kind of a darker, like just right above where the petal is, right here. That area is going to be kind of a dark leaf. And down here, I have a leaf they're both kind of sketched in, but I was using a light green that I was going to use over here on the forget me nots on part of the vegetation of it. So just getting it in there just to see the idea of it, and then for both of these guys, just to kind of set them off. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do kind of like shadow, so it won't be completely black, like it won't be blacked out, but it's going to like kind of fade to light. So this whole area will be a little bit darker. And then this whole area around here will be a little bit darker. And still got some work to do on this guy. Maybe that's, maybe I'll work on that tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Monday. So yeah, I appreciate it. Again, I appreciate you guys. I have tomorrow up there. My bad. That's gonna be Monday. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys stopping by and sticking with me. Uh, I ran into some more frustrating aspects, but not nearly as bad as what I felt with the boxer on the other side. So I am going to aftercare the living hell out of this to make sure that it stays nice and vibrant, and doesn't suffer from any of the overworking. I think from a distance, the legibility of it is pretty good. Um, Once I add in, the rays of light that I was going to do on this, kind of fade that up into this, darken that whole area, and start putting these things together, I think that they'll start reading a little bit better for tattoos, and the subject matter is what I'm going for. So from a distance, I definitely think that it looks pretty good. I think up close it's a little bit muddy, but honestly, like it doesn't really bother me that much, and I think tomorrow I'll even feel better about it. So again, thanks for coming by. Thanks for showing some support. I appreciate it. Yep, I like the thumbs up, and big old heart to you guys. And thank you. And I will see you guys next week. What?